if we're going to plan a cold open, objectively, it is incredibly cold here at this podcast studio.
Well, not inside the studio.
Well, you did turn the heat off to allow.
I did turn the heat off so it's not super loud.
It's not super loud. We have, 7 inches of snow outside?
Absolutely not.
Oh, how many?
Like 2 inches.
You tell by what's on the deck. And there was at least 3 to 4 inches of snow on your deck last night.
Yeah, but I think all the wind blew it away. There's so much wind.
It's a lot of snow here for this Texas gal. So, objectively, it's cold here, and that is our cold open.
It is.
It is our
should
cold
we clap?
open. I think we should clap because we're here in person, and it might actually pick up. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Hi, I'm Maggie. And I'm Amanda.
And we're sisters-in-law.
We started with Suits and then began scheming.
If you love TV, check out what's streaming.
It's only show
We are recording for the last time this year.
It's true.
And about a month ago, we talked about wanting to pick a show that was kind of like a quintessential show, New Year's show that kind of rings in the new year, has a New Year's-ish theme to it. And while this is not known as being a New Year's Eve or New Year's Day movie, it culminates on New Year's Eve. Yeah. And we instantly said the same thing.
We did.
And then...
Which is not a show.
It's not a show, it's a film. But we watched all holiday films in the month of December.
Right, so we deviated.
And...
Like a septum.
We deviated like my little septum that it is. And we both said the same thing. And then, of course, just days later...
Right, so we picked When Harry Met Sally.
Right.
Because favorite movie for everyone. I have not met one single person, man, woman, child, well, not too many children,
yeah,
who have watched When Harry Met Sally and been like, not for me. It's for everyone.
It is for everyone. And then, I actually would find it problematic to be in any kind of relationship with a person.
Yes.
Family or otherwise, or friends, if they did not like the film.
If a family member did not like the film, I would cut them off.
Out of the will?
I would say you're out of my life. Boundary. Hard boundary.
Hard boundary.
Hard boundary. You're not coming to Thanksgiving. I'm sorry. We cannot be friends. Just like you can't be friends with someone of the opposite sex because sex always gets in the way. You can't be friends or family with someone if they don't like When Harry Met Sally because taste gets in the way.
Which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
So we chose this film.
We did. Mm-hmm. And then literally days later, horrible tragedy. Mm-hmm. Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle, murdered in their home. Yes. So then everyone was talking about this film, which was interesting to hear people talking about the film. Also, I was just like deep diving into everything because I was horrified and like cry. Like I was like stressed out and grieving.
Where were you? It was a Sunday night when it happened. I was in a bar in New York City.
Oh, were you really?
I looked up on the television and was like, I had to stop for a second. And people were like, what? I don't know who that is.
What?
Well, there were like younger people at the bar.
My God.
So.
No.
Just a little neighborhood bar in New York City with my friend. And there were just people that didn't know who Rob Reiner was and never heard of When Harry Met Sally. And, they're probably all analog now.
Yeah. I don't know. I was home when he was announced dead. And then the next day,
when they said,
it was like what had happened and his son being arrested and everything.
Oof. It's tough.
Yeah, I hate thinking about how stressful that whole family situation and dynamic would have been leading up to that too. Mm-hmm. And just how much grieving probably had already happened in that family. And it's also so hard to slice this tragic death of an incredible actor, director, comedian, legacy Hollywood family with the work that he created, which was just so joy-filled and happy, like
brought a lot of happiness to a lot of people.
Brought a lot of happiness and like tackled tough things and emotions, but always kind of came out on top. And so,
which is a testament to who he was, because while very politically charged and opinionated, he still, I think, handled himself with a lot of class in those situations, unlike the way it was reacted to.
Oh,
I mean,
yes, I mean, yeah. Well, I don't even want to.
Yeah, as a garbage response.
Yeah,
inhumane.
So, yeah. So I think we should, much like Rob Reiner would have wanted, I think we should do this podcast with as much joy and joie de vie
Yes.
as he lived with.
I
And
would
we
love
talk
that.
about one of his most iconic films.
So we rewatched it together because we had not watched it together, though have watched it independently several times. And we both just kept saying back and forth, dang, we forgot how many like great quotes come from this film.
Yes, and like the idea of like so many concepts come from this film too.
So many concepts.
High
Like
maintenance woman.
faking orgasms in a cafe.
Yeah, I'll have what she's having.
Right?
All of
There
it.
were so many great things. Okay, so
Which, wait, speaking Depot off the bat,
yeah.
first time you saw this movie, do you remember?
No, I think I was an adult.
Yeah. It was like always playing on USA.
Yeah, I don't remember the first time I saw it.
I feel like I was in like middle school when I saw it.
Oh, I wouldn't have been allowed to see this because
Mention of sex.
yeah, I mean, the only 2 PG-13 movies I saw growing up, or 3, were Top Gun, Beaches, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is a PG-13?
Yes, and then I got to see my first R-rated movie, which was A Few Good Men on New Year's Eve. So we were very protected.
How old were you when A Few Good Men?
I was in high school. I was either 17 or 18 when it came out, and our parents were at a big New Year's Eve party, and we were going to they were going to a movie, and we were allowed to go, but the kids were going to go into a different theater and see a movie, and they were going to see A Few Good Men, and Lauren and I were allowed to see A Few Good Men.
Because you were in high school.
Because we were in high school, and it was a real big deal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think I was in like 4th grade when I saw my first R movie.
Yeah, that
And
was
it was
not happening.
Air Force One.
Okay, yeah, good one. That was not happening at the
No.
Austin household.
Yeah.
So
I saw Mrs. Doubtfire was PG-13. I saw that in like
Was it?
first grade maybe.
Wow, was it PG-13? Also, PG-13 then and PG-13 now. I feel like is the difference between PG-13 and X. Is X even a rating, or is that
Yeah.
just whatever movie it is?
XYZ.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like some of the PG movies even, but then PG movies back then too were kind of like saying ass.
Yeah,
And-
we watched
and
Home Alone last night.
Fighting.
We tried to watch Home Alone, and they said ass in it,
Yeah.
and MJ wanted to turn it off because it got scary
Yeah, that is scary.
because of the burglars, not
Yeah.
the ass. Ass is never scary, I guess.
That-
It could
that-
be, depending on how much holiday food you have. You know what I'm saying?
In this house?
We're snowed in. There's a substantial amount of snow here.
Absolutely not. The roads are clear, and I'm actually going to Walmart after we record this. So
All right, I'm going with her. So
we're hitting the road, Jack. Okay, so anyways, lots of memories from this film.
do you want to recap it in 2 minutes,
Yeah,
like the plot, and then we talk about?
we didn't do a brief.
We didn't do a brief.
Is it my turn for a brief?
Yeah, because you punted
Okay.
it to me.
All right. We all know where we were when Harry met Sally. Or we don't remember because that's just how love is. It just sneaks up on you one day, and when you realize that you want to love a movie for the rest of your life, you want your life to start right then. The movie itself, the film itself, is one of the best kinds of movies because it's high maintenance, but it thinks it's low maintenance. You know, you're watching it, it all goes so easy, breezy, but you know that there's a lot of technical skill, a lot of craftsmanship, a lot of great writing, acting, delivering of lines. It's just like, you know what this movie reminds me of? Is Nobody Wants This in a lot of ways, because everybody does want it, and that's my dissertation.
You're a typo.
Oh, yeah. But really, it does remind me a lot of Nobody Wants This.
How so?
Okay, we have this odd couple that,
Okay.
like, doesn't fit, but has so much, all the friendships and all the people involved have such real banter and real conversation, and things are just going like a mile a minute in the way that people actually speak and interact.
Yes.
And, like, the subtle lines and reactions to things are what make the film.
Okay, I want to go back to them not fitting. How are you, Depot? How do you decide if somebody fits or doesn't fit? Is it because on paper?
No, I think what I mean by they don't seem to fit, like they're an odd couple, is that like when they first meet, they disagree about everything. It's not like instant chemistry in a way of like, I'm attracted to you and I want to marry you or date you or anything like that. Like they meet and they have actually great chemistry because they have great conversation, but they disagree about everything. Right?
Opposites attract, though.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
But I
no.
mean, if you were on a date with someone and everything you said he disagreed with,
I tell him he was wrong.
okay, or like everything he said you disagreed with.
I told him he was wrong.
But you had a great conversation while you were disagreeing, or would you be like, not worth it?
How tall is he?
He's 5'11",
Okay.
so he's like right on the cusp.
He's on this cusp.
You know, it's like if he wears the right shoes, he's 6 feet tall.
That's fair.
But he's honest about it, at least.
Depends.
He said in his profile he's 5'11", and he showed up, and he is, in fact, 5'11".
Okay. I don't know the answer to this question.
Yeah, I mean,
the
you
answer is
prob-
it depends.
You probably would be like, not worth it. We disagree. Maybe
Yeah.
we can be friends because the conversation was good. But right, you would think like we're not a good fit.
Yeah.
Even though we all know opposites attract, you probably would be like,
Yeah.
not worth it.
Yeah. I was just curious because when you said they're like not a good fit,
They are.
everyone around them said they were a good fit.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we all thought it, but
Yeah.
they, like, when you watch them early on, you're like, oh, not a good fit.
Which is great writing when the audience or the viewers know the answer and they see it.
Yeah.
And the people living it don't.
Right.
Because that's when you're more invested.
Yes.
I feel like.
Yeah. I love it.
Note to all the writers out there. Nora Ephron kicked this one out of the park.
She did.
She did.
You know what's interesting? So Nora Ephron wrote this,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously, like, when I think of Nora Ephron, I think of kitchens
Mm-hmm.
and an incredible cozy aesthetic. The apartments in this film, unreal.
We have to talk about these apartments.
Fantastic apartments.
His apartment and those windows.
All
I don't
of
care
the
how tall
apartments,
you are.
all of the windows.
I mean, also, what's Carrie Fisher's character's name? And his best friend.
Yeah, the two besties.
Yeah,
Their
the
apartment.
that has, it's like a garden home or a
Yes.
townhome. It has like herringbone hardwoods and those built-in bookshelves for game night.
It really-
has a very Nancy Myers feel
Yes,
to it. Like,
yes. Oh, that's what I'm thinking.
yeah,
Nancy Myers.
Yeah.
Nora Ephron, Nancy Myers,
Tomato, tomato,
tomato.
which is a song they sing.
They do.
They do sing tomato, tomato,
Potato, potato. Let's call the whole thing off. These apartments, though, I think set an unrealistic expectation for what you can get in New York
That's fair. There's no way that...
or
like,
any city.
to your point, you said that these are two journalists, and as far as we know, they aren't on Good Morning America, like TV journalists that are making all the money, or the editor in chief of the New York Times.
Although that would be incredible if, like, this whole time we didn't know that Sally was actually a Good Morning America host.
Yes.
And like you're watching this whole film, and
Yeah.
that's the least interesting part of her entire personality is that she's a Good Morning America host.
As opposed to the morning show, where that is
The entire
personality of those characters.
Yeah. Well, he's a business consultant.
Yeah, he's a
Harry is.
political consultant,
Political consultant.
which we never really know what his politics are either.
Yeah, you're sure. It's true. But it was a different time.
He's a consultant. He's just trying to make money.
Yeah.
So
He's like, whatever.
he's like, whatever. Doesn't matter on the side.
But it is interesting that Nora Ephron wrote this, but Rob Reiner actually changed the ending to it because originally Harry and Sally were supposed to have this years later encounter where it's just kind of bittersweet, like they weren't meant for each other, but
Yeah.
they've kind of lost touch and they just see each other again, like the many times that they run into each other early on in the film.
Yeah.
And he was like, no,
They have to get together.
because he met his wife on the set and
She's a
then
photographer.
changed the whole story.
Yes.
Which is also like what romance.
Oh,
So
great.
romantic.
So great. It takes them 12 years before they get married. So they meet, and in 1977, they are leaving college to drive to New York. I'd like to call out that his girlfriend at the time, her name was Amanda Reese. And I made a note on my phone that it was interesting that somebody was that much older and named Amanda, because Amanda wasn't as popular back then. Amanda was popular in the early 1900s, and then we lost traction. And then right around the time I was born is really when
They
I
all
started to
came
see-
back.
They all came. Truly, you don't see a lot of Amandas older than me.
That's true.
I might have been the first one back on the scene. And it was interesting that, because this film was written after I was born, so it could have been that they heard about me in the resurgence of the name Amanda.
Yeah.
There just truly wasn't a lot of Amandas floating around. There aren't a lot of Amandas older than me. Or
Right.
that are grandmothers.
But younger.
younger, my
Yeah.
age and younger, but not too much younger. Like we have a small
Window.
a very strong showing in a very small window, and probably because of me.
you. Yeah.
And then there were some 100 and something years ago, but they're gone.
You know what's interesting is like this cycle of names too, and how I remember reading this in Freakonomics, but if you're one of the first of a name, you tend to be from like a higher educated family.
Okay.
And then if you're like the end of it, it tends to be lower middle class.
Okay.
And so I think that's interesting.
Well, I have two parents who have journalism degrees from
So basically,
radio,
when Harry and Sally,
radio and television,
film.
commissions.
Yeah.
The same degree that a lot of our family has.
I also have a radio, television, film degree, and so does Kyle.
So does Kyle. And so
You were journalism.
And I was journalism. So you and your husband, my brother, and both of my parents have some kind of journalism of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to be clear that when I decided to major in that, it was because I specifically really love reality TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is the first I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted to write TV and film.
Well, I do. I like to write. But I was like, and then, you have to go to your screenings and everyone's like, oh, yeah, this film is such a masterpiece and da 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 da. And I was like, I haven't even seen it. I was like, oh, I fell asleep in that screening, snooze fest. But I was like, but have you watched this TV show?
What was your first reality TV show?
Real World, Road
Okay.
Rules.
Yeah,
But Real World, really.
for sure.
I loved it.
Real World, Road Rules for me. Then Survivor and The
Real
Bachelor.
World was also so good because it was just people living in a house.
Yes.
And that's why I loved it. And that's why I segued more into like the Real Housewives genre.
Yeah.
Also MTV when I was growing up, it was like True Life Made.
Yes.
Do you remember that? Or like True Life? And then all the like docuseries that VH1 did. I was just like, oh,
Also
Flava Flav.
Undressed.
Undressed.
That was scripted television.
That was scripted.
Side note, MTV just played their last music video. Or they're about to. I think it might be today or tomorrow.
Why?
That's it. There's no more music television.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah. No more music television. They're still doing things. I've
Yeah.
started binging, by the way, Emily in Paris.
Uh-huh.
And that is an MTV production.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Gosh, music videos were so cool.
Yeah. Video killed the radio star, though. And then I guess digital killed the video
Internet
star.
killed the video star.
The video star. Yeah. The Buggles.
It is funny because now we're back into podcasting, which is basically radio.
It's exactly what it is. Shall we sing? They've missed it.
Video
Just
killed
hear
the radio. Just hear those sleigh bells ring-a-ling, ding-ding, ding-a-ling, doo. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Woo-hoo.
Outside the snow is
Falling and friends are calling you. Yoo-hoo.
Come on, it's lovely
weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go. Let's look at the snow. We're riding in a wonderland of snow. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, that's grand. Just holding your hand. I didn't know that's the song you wanted to sing.
I was doing our go-to.
Yeah, that is a go-to.
It's a go-to for
Yeah,
us.
I love that song.
We've been
It's-
doing that one for years and have said we would release a single.
People love when we sing that song.
People, they request it.
I have heard someone request that once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that clip to be generated.
Good.
I want the whole thing, start to finish.
Just it. Yeah,
Yes.
that's perfect.
It's good for this last little bit of snow because we're having snow.
This
Do you see how like the white light is hitting me? This is coming through the blinds because there's so much snow outside. No?
No, the snow's not 10 feet up in the air.
There's a lot of snow. I have to wear snow boots here.
Also hilarious that you think it's the last little bit of snow.
We're just getting started.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, this is just the start of snow. It's just January.
So it would just in Dallas, you know this would be it
Yeah, for the whole year.
for the whole year.
Yeah.
We'd be shut down.
I know.
You and I are going to Wally World after this. Check out.
You know what's funny though? Okay, so when we got our first snow, when we got our first snow in November, it was parent-teacher conference day.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, dang, like look at all this snow that we got. And I like walk in, no one even mentions snow. It's not even like, oh, I'm so glad you made it because there's snow on the ground. It was just like, of course this is happening.
Hi, it's Monday.
Yes. It was literally like, hello, come on in. And I was like, I have a coat on. I was like, whoa. I was like,
Can you believe I made it and I live on the same street?
I literally went down the street and here I am. Yeah, it was crazy. And then I realized, I was like, this isn't a thing. You know, people don't even talk about it.
Oh, we talk
The only
about
people who talk about the weather are Kyle, my husband, your brother, and...
You want to tell them what he said to you last night?
Oh, yeah. He said, well, him and then your parents had like a 35-minute conversation about the weather.
They're looking at it nonstop, and they keep updating us every hour.
Amanda was like, is the weather changed? Is it different?
Sorry, Dad. I know you're going to watch this.
He's probably watching it right now.
He might be.
No, I know. But I mean, it's just talking about the weather. Kyle was like, I can't say anything to my family because I'm trying to play it cool, but oh my God, there's so much snow. It was like a whiteout.
Yesterday was a whiteout.
Yeah.
So,
which is the first whiteout that we've actually had, which is good for Carl to see because every time it snows, he's like, I think this is a whiteout. And I was like, not quite yet.
No, I didn't understand what it was. I'd have to look up all these new snow terms. And then you sent me one, a bomb cyclone.
Which I'd actually never heard of.
We both learned about that at the same time. I had to look up a whiteout last night because you kept saying it and I thought I knew what it was, but it's like when the horizon and then the road and this when it all blends in.
Yeah.
And it's usually because the snow is blowing sideways or it's so heavy that you literally can't decipher.
No.
And so it's dangerous to drive because you're like, I don't know where the road meets the air, meets the sky.
Yeah,
like,
you're just like, where's the side of the road? Where's anything?
Yeah, it's truly just white. And at one point, or several points when we looked out your window, it was snowing so hard and blowing. It was a whiteout that I could not see your niece and her friend. So I tromped out there to go save the day. They were totally fine.
I would like to post the video of you taking a selfie in the whiteout and then the combo of then MJ is trying to walk behind you and falls down the hill.
Yes. So my friend Elisa called me this morning because I left her a voicemail last night for her birthday, and she called me and she goes, I'm calling to tell you that I can't stop watching that video. I go, I'm going to tell Maggie because she doesn't think everybody appreciates it. She goes, MJ's falling down.
Thank you.
And you're in the middle of a blizzard. And I was like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Elisa.
Yeah, she doesn't watch or listen, but she did want to make sure that you know.
Good.
It's fun.
It was some good content.
It's good content.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of good content, When Harry Met Sally.
With Harry Met Sally, back to what we're doing. There's a couple of quotes. Obviously, the most famous quote. Well, I don't know if it's the most famous. Let's talk. Depo. Do you believe, obviously, this is the question we have to ask, and we want to know this, so please respond in the comments. Do you think a man and a woman can simply be friends?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we both think that because we're saying it from the female perspective.
Yeah.
And I think if there were guys here, they might argue.
You know what? I do think that this might have even ruined that, though, because then everyone thinks in their head like you can't. But I think there's something special about having, like, opposite sex friends.
Okay.
Don't you think? Like, think about in high school, you had guys you were friends with, and that's probably, like, the last time you had really, like, a group of guy friends.
Yeah,
that you
like,
were friends with.
I had a ton of guy friends through owning
college.
BCH.
Yeah.
But it's different to be like, I'm friendly with you when I see you, to, do you go have dinner with your guy friend?
No, that's true. It's more like hang out, right? And then it becomes like you have to have like couple friends. And so you can only talk to like the woman or, you know.
Right. So when's the last time when you were in Dallas, you went and hung out with your guy friend by yourself?
I hung out with Ray Maddox. He did like a podcast recording. And I went and I hung out and I got to see his place.
For a purpose, though.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You didn't just go to dinner.
People don't even hang out with people anymore. Don't you? It's like, well, you do.
I do.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, like you say, yes, you can have guy friends.
I think in theory you can, and I think you should, and I think we should normalize that. Like, not everything has to be sex.
But you're not going to go to dinner or go like, let's go to dinner and then go to drinks.
Right.
Or let's go to this
with
thing.
a straight male friend.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know.
Doesn't really
But
happen.
also it's because I'm married, too. And I think that's different.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so really, the answer is no.
Lunches, maybe, if you, like, work with people.
Work lunches are different. Like, I have plenty of, like, guy friends, like, through business and everything, that we meet for coffee or lunch.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go grab dinner.
Dinner's different, though.
Right. But you do dinner with a girlfriend. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
it sounds like,
I
yes, you
know.
can, but then when you actually talk about, like, the logistics of what that looks like.
But would I feel comfortable doing that? Absolutely. Would I think other people would think that that's weird?
Yeah.
Yes. And so it's
for
not like,
sure weird when one of them's married.
do I think that it's okay? Yes. But would I do it? No, probably, but not because I don't want to or I couldn't do it, but more like I'm like, oh, this looks, the optics of this.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's more like, ugh, that's what I mean.
I'm
It's
saying.
like the
Like,
movie.
that's what I'm
Did the movie
saying.
put it out there and now you
Does
can't
it-
have friends?
Did the movie put it out there, or was it already out there and the movie just reminded you of it?
I don't know. I was in middle school.
Same. I wasn't.
I didn't have any.
Yeah.
I didn't have any guy friends in middle school because
Ooh, gross. No boys allowed.
I had a pixie cut and no tatas.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that shouldn't matter if they're just your friends.
But it does.
There you
It
go.
does. Because I couldn't hold a conversation because I was like, I can't talk to anyone. Like I was like, I can't.
Were you?
What have I done?
Were you awkward turtle?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
7th grade. I feel
Seventh
like,
grade.
but that's weird in school, 6th grade I had friends. 7th grade I was like, can't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
8th grade I had friends again.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a famous quote.
That's a famous
I'll
quote.
have what she's having.
Yes, obviously a famous quote.
Oh
She does an
my God.
incredible job of faking that orgasm in the restaurant. And I love that she just immediately just picks her fork up and goes
Starts
right back to
eating
it.
the
Just goes
tuna
right-
salad or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, such a good moment.
Yeah. And it's also very out of character for her character to do that because she's so reserved and calculated for her to just be like, I believe in what I'm saying so much that I'm about to completely step out of my comfort zone. So hold my beer, sir.
Would you do that?
No, because it's already been done. I would just play the clip.
On a phone at a reasonable volume.
Yeah, loud.
Not to like call attention. Would you call attention if someone was so wrong about something and it was like a moment where you could really prove it, but you had to make a scene in a restaurant? Would you make the scene in the restaurant?
If it meant that people would be like, hell yeah, as opposed to you're out of here. Like, I don't want to get kicked out
Right.
to prove a point.
Yeah.
If I can get a little street cred, you bet.
You would tap on a table.
Oh, I go to my car and pick out my tap shoes that are in the back of my Kia Sorrento.
I would
I keep one pair in the car and one pair at home. 'Cause
Just
you
in case.
never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
When you have to like
I don't
like
travel
that.
with them because I just try to usually
Right.
do a carry-on. But I guess if I wanted to start checking luggage more often, I could always have a pair of tap shoes on me.
I think you should.
Yeah.
And then I think you should try and work into conversation something where like someone would doubt that you can tap.
I'd be
and
like,
then
like a simple shuffleboard change or a shuffle off to Buffalo, or like, like there's 3 different kinds of time steps. Or,
and they'd be like, oh, okay. Like you know so much about tapping. And you'd be like,
cramp roll. And I put them on my hands. And I just do it. It's like a little tabletop.
yeah, like you have them. I think
Ooh, I should
honestly,
get tap shoes for my fingers.
yes.
Because actually, that's a great way to like learn the footwork and everything.
You
Maybe I'll get
should.
little finger taps.
And you should have them with you literally at all times. And then anytime you're on like a first date or something, try and get them to doubt that you know something about tap. Like, I don't know how you could make it, but have them try and make them say like, oh, did you tap? And then be like, oh, did I tap? Doink, doink.
Excuse me. Hang on.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe like a first date with someone that you're like, I don't know, it's 50-50. And then start to work that in and see how the reaction is, you know?
Can you imagine what a fucking nut I would be if I pulled that tap shoes on my fingers? Literally not on a date scenario. Literally anywhere. They'd be like, what's happening?
I want this to happen really bad.
All right. Well, if we can make them, then we'll just sell them.
You don't think they make finger shoes for taps? Finger tap shoes? You don't think so? You
I
probably
don't know.
have to get them custom sized.
Yeah, I don't think that they make them.
I want to Google this so
It's
bad,
one of those.
but
I know it's one of those things where is the juice worth the skis? Is the juice worth the skis?
is there juice worth the skis?
Is the juice worth the skis? Is the juice worth the squeeze? On the production of having to make something so tiny.
I think it would be easy. You just make a mold, and then you just silicone it.
I'll find a 3D printer.
The kids
Next
next door have a 3D
printer. I'd
printer.
be like, quick, I need to.
Size my finger.
They would love that. To be fair, you got the neighborhood kids, to clean up one of your child's rooms today. They were
didn't.
all walking up the stairs. One had a sponge, one had a spray. They were looking for a vacuum. And I'm like, that is unbelievable free labor right now. You got the neighbors cleaning up.
That's not me. That's my Tom Sawyer daughter who just happens to like have an idea and then makes they put her clothes away before. And then I've gone up and she's just like laying on the ground, like talking, waxing poetic, and they're putting her clothes away.
Do you know how much she is like me?
She's me too. I know. I don't know. Little entrepreneur.
Yeah. All right. A couple of other things. So we talked about that. The quote that I love is, what is it? Everyone thinks that they have a sense of humor and great taste. They can't all possibly have great taste too.
Yeah.
Which, do you think that you have a sense of humor and great taste?
I think I have a sense of humor, but I don't know that my sense of humor is everyone's taste.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. Like, I think sometimes I'm like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then I try and share it with people, and
they're like, I don't
get it.
When people ask me, when I tell them what I do, and like that I use comedy as part of, my work, and they're like, oh, are you funny? And I always, it's the same answer every time. It depends on who you ask. Because it is true.
It's true.
It's subjective. Like, do you think, can I make you laugh in a corporate setting? Sure. Am I out there doing, my hour-long special on Netflix or 30 minutes? No, I'm not doing that. Mm-hmm. So it is subjective. I do think I have a good sense of humor and good taste.
I think you do.
But it's all subjective, right?
Yeah.
You might meet me and say, I hate that sweater, and you're not funny. No. To which I'll say, you're wrong.
To which I'll say, see, like that, to me, I'm like, finger tap shoes.
Yeah.
We would sell 10 million of them.
10 million?
It would be the stocking stuffer of 2026.
Gosh, you know how many annoyed parents there would be that we were selling finger tap shoes because their kids would have them?
You know how many, you put it on Instagram and like TikTok, the TikTok store?
Oh,
the TikTok tap.
We should do this. We might need to edit this out for trademark. You know what? This is kind of like Marcel the Shell with shoes on.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
I'm telling you. And so this is great taste for me. Great sense of humor, but that's all. It's all wrapped into that idea.
Okay. Love it. I think we both have great sense of humor and taste.
Thank you. I think you do, sure.
I just love that line so much.
It is.
Because of the way Carrie Fisher says it. Yeah. They can't all possibly have great taste, too.
What did you think of that wheel table?
Oh, the wagon wheel table?
Yeah, the wagon wheel table.
I didn't love it. It was a little too,
Cracker Barrel?
Yeah, Cracker Barrel, and also trying to mix mediums too much.
Yeah.
You know, where you're like, okay, we've got a little bit of rustic, we've got a little bit more contemporary. Like, actually, glass tops are kind of back right now.
Yeah.
Which I like the right kind of glass top coffee
so many
table.
Fingers.
Yeah, well, not for your family. That's a horrible idea.
Yeah, and especially with finger tap shoes.
With finger tap shoes, it would scuff. But that was too rustic plus late 80s glass that had like almost like a built-in ashtray looking thing to it.
Well, the wheel center.
Was that the wheel center?
Yeah.
It was too much. It's honestly like what, and no offense if you're listening, you do this, when people take the big cable spools from like yards that have like, they're like this big.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
And they're wooden, and that's how they do and then they turn them into, and it's like the size of this, and then they turn it into
a table, like a coffee table.
A coffee table.
Yeah.
Or they make something out of a bunch of pallets.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
and you know what? Sometimes it works.
It works. Not in that house.
But not in that apartment.
It's also knowing like what fits. Like we've talked about this before about we don't want a Cape Cod on the front and a mid-century on the inside.
Absolutely.
Right.
I don't want to walk up to a New York City brownstone and then walk in and be like, I'm in a Cracker Barrel.
Exactly. Like, let's make, the outside and inside kind of line up. So I'm glad they got rid of it. What was the best part of that entire scene and that entire quote is that her husband, or fiance, I guess they're engaged at the time when they're moving in maybe, is wearing a sweatshirt with cut off at the sleeves right at his elbows. He is wearing jorts and he's wearing white socks with black shoes, which I feel like is so out of style that look is back in.
All of the styles.
Yes.
I feel like everything they were wearing, I was like,
She had a lot of hats though.
You know what? I'm not a big hat person.
I used to wear hats, by the way, like those kinds of hats.
Oh, no.
A lot.
Yeah.
Like I had a big red hat I used to wear in the 7th grade. I had a black. I wore a newsy hat, like what your daughter had on the other day. I wore that for my senior pictures. I had a lot of
Oh, no.
stylish. No, they were hats because I had good taste.
Yeah. Yeah. I just can't.
I wore a lot of hats. Not like I love baseball caps now. I wore like hats.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a hat box.
Yeah. I like always would want to wear a hat. And then even still, except for a baseball hat, I put a hat on. I'm like, this will make the outfit. And then I'm like, I just can't do it.
I mean, I like hats, but I don't. I usually
You
just
don't wear like fancy felt hats anymore.
But maybe I am. Maybe that's 2026.
You know
maybe that's
what?
the energy I'm bringing in.
Do it.
Right?
Wear a lot of hats, just like Merry Little Xmas.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I will.
Amanda, I wear a lot of hats.
I wear a lot of hats and I'll put it on my business card.
Yeah. I also loved in that moment where Harry's like, yeah, I like the table. And then Harry has this meltdown because he's run into his ex-wife who is now with this guy named Ira. And he was singing a cheesy Broadway song.
Yes.
When he ran into her. It was super embarrassing. So he's like stewing. And then as he lets all of this steam out, he says this ugly, you're going to be, when you get divorced, you're going to be fighting about who gets this ugly table. And his friend's like, I thought you liked the table.
Yeah.
He's like, I was being nice.
Yes.
So it's like no one likes this table.
No one likes it.
No one at all.
No.
So
Yeah, I loved that scene in that apartment. And I also just loved seeing them continually dating other people and always kind of looking over being like, huh, what are they doing?
yeah, what's that person?
What's
that?
going on?
I don't like that
I don't
person.
think I like that person.
Harry doesn't like sweets. He's
what's
dating
happening?
this baker.
Very famous baker.
Very famous baker.
Yeah, very famous.
Very, very famous.
Anyways, in the end, they
do.
They do.
That's not quite the total end, but right
That's not
before the end.
Right before the end. This is the what they would call the climax in the.
Yeah. And it makes things weird.
It does make things weird because they've gone this long.
And they have nothing to talk about now.
Nothing to talk about.
So it's super awkward now. They've done it and they can't ever be friends again.
And she said it was a mistake. He's like, I'm so glad you said that because they were both just going to say that, and I think they both felt that it wasn't a mistake, but I think she felt it less than he, And
Yeah.
so then it really ruined it, and they were barely talking, and then
Because I don't think she thought it was a mistake, but she said it and wanted him to be like, it's not a mistake.
yeah,
He, I think, did think it was a mistake.
I do think that an alternative way to approach that would have been, we should probably talk about last night.
Yeah.
Because she planted the seed and put that burden on him
To say it was a mistake.
To say it was a mistake, to either agree or disagree.
But in their little inner monologue, she was like, I hope I get to say it first. And he was like, I hope she says it first.
True.
So it came out just how they wanted it.
Exactly. But is it how they wanted it?
I mean, obviously not.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that's where the movie diverged, right?
Yeah.
So like
'Cause
from
we
the
don't
original
know,
ending.
we don't know exactly how much they had felt. Because you paused, you're like, when did they change this ending? And we obviously don't know that.
Right. But I wonder
probably
if
deep dive, there might be some information on that.
That's true. But I wonder if that's when they diverged. Like it kind of soft ended there, and then we see them go off on their separate paths and build their own lives, run into each other like walking through the park or something, right?
Yeah.
So, and then in this alternative reality, which ended up being the reality that was filmed, they diverge, they start to make their other lives, they can't quite get over each other, and Harry ends up making the most dramatic, romantic gesture that's mimicked in shows like Nobody Wants This.
Yes.
And all over.
Yes, all
it's
the
like
time.
the original meme of
Yes.
romance. And he runs all the way from the other side of the city, can't get a taxi. It's New Year's Eve.
Yes.
He runs. He goes to this party.
It's that other side of the city. He didn't have to go around the chaos of Times Square. I just want to point that out.
Well, we don't know where he was.
That's true.
We don't know. He had to
Yeah.
cross lots of streets.
Lots of streets. He was out of breath.
And he goes and enters this, very underdressed, he enters this New Year's Eve party.
Yes.
And he sees her and he dumps everything out. And she goes, see, you make it impossible
Yeah.
to hate you.
Yeah.
And I hate you, Harry.
Yeah.
And then they kiss.
Yeah. And then they get married 3 months later.
Which made me think, 10 things I hate about you, too. Right?
Yeah. I mean, truly, it's, I wonder if it had ended and they didn't get together, if it would have become like the cult phenomenon that it is. Or
I think it would have
people
been unsatisfying.
I think it would have been unsatisfying, and I wonder if people would have pointed it to it in a different way, like referenced it in a different way than they do reference it now.
Yeah, I think it was the right ending.
I do too, and I'm wondering if they weren't supposed to get together because they wanted to prove that like not everything is a happy ending, and like you're not always gonna, you're not always gonna have this like storybook fairy tale. Look what I've done at the very end,
Right.
and then they did it. Because I think though that people kind of like escapism when they're watching a film a little bit, and this is fun, right?
It is fun,
But
and also
there's
we
also a
love
lot
both
of
those characters.
There's also a lot of realness to it.
Yes, yeah, and I think that does happen too, right? Like you do.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
I loved I think one of my favorite parts the first time I watched it was all the real couples who are in their like 80s
Talking.
and they're talking about how they met, and they're just talking to camera, and it's these adorable stories.
Yeah.
About, and they're just like still together 50 something years later.
Yeah.
And so it does happen.
Yeah,
you know?
it does for sure. So I like this ending.
I think this was the right ending, and I think there was a reason why Rob met his wife on the set. Like I think this was like how this movie was supposed to end.
Yeah.
And who he was supposed to be with.
Absolutely. Are we still rating things on Christmas trees?
I think we rate this on champagne bottles.
Champagne bottles? Okay. Out of 5 champagne bottles, how many champagne bottles?
5
does
out
this
of
one
5.
get? I get this one 6. I go back for a bonus round because it's dry January coming up. So this one gets 6 because I'm going to go out strong.
Yeah. No, I love When Harry Met Sally.
I love When Harry Met Sally too, and I think it was a great one to go out on. So
Yes. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We have some cool stuff in store for you in 2026.
Yep.
We're actually doing our planning. Not right this second, but we will be doing it while I'm here, snowed in. And 27 inches, isn't that what you said?
No, I said 14 inches, I think.
Okay, it's the same.
Maybe it is 27 inches.
Over
We'll see.
a foot of snow is insane to me.
I know. It's going to be so good.
Like, are we going to be able to get out of the door to go play in it?
Yeah.
I guess we can go through the garage.
Yeah. We'll just
Okay.
shovel it out.
Glad I checked my luggage on this one. I have more ski gear and winter clothes here than I think you do.
I know. You definitely do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and your mom have some of the nicest winter jackets I've ever seen.
We got them on sale.
I know, they're
It
great.
was embarrassing. We went to the Children's Museum yesterday, and there's a place where everybody can just like hang up their coats. And I walked over there and realized that my mother's coat and we were the only two with these really like long down coats that go down to your ankles. And everybody else that lives there just has on like a ski coat or whatever, just whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Like a winter coat. But
Yeah.
And we have on all of the gear. I have ski gloves in my pockets because my hands get too cold in just regular gloves. So we're a little extra.
But you're warm.
Yeah,
And that's what
but I'm also like kind of adjusted to the heat too. So
Yeah.
mean, I
Yeah.
don't love it, but
Your
usually-
blood is thinner.
yeah,
Yeah.
blood runs thin up here.
You gotta get some thick blood up
thick
here.
blood. Thick. What's your blood type? Thick.
Thick. All right, we'll see y'all. Sign off
wait
first.
To sign off. Thanks so much for tuning in. You can check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can listen to us on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere else you get your podcast. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a review.
And if you don't know what to say in your review, you can say, I don't know about When Harry Met Sally, but when I met Amanda and Maggie, I knew it was love at first listen. That's so sweet of you to say.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Bye.